I read in a book too about you battling Dragon.
Oh,
not being
no,
prepared.
no. I didn't battle Dragon.
It's Swiss B. Swiss.
I didn't. It wasn't a battle. That was it was a slow funeral. It was a slow funeral. But see, the way it was set up, it wasn't like, yo, I got a battle at 8 o'clock. You don't know who, because then you didn't know who you was battling. You just had the show already. It was, yo, we going to rap for Rough Riders. That's a whole different mentality.
Yeah.
Than you know battle rap. You know how you come to the arena like, all right, I know I got a battle. We go to rap. Bottom line, we get there, Swiss there, Wise there, me and my man Roddy Rod. Shout out to Rod, he from Newark Zone. And Swiss playing the beat, Rod raps, I rap. We got a little routine we do. We've been performing all over, we doing our thing. So say I'm here, you Rod, and there go Drag. Rod raps, I rap. The Drag, and you hear a rap, and you like, oh, whoa, buddy. He's coming at us. This is not a cipher. This is war. So I'm like, like you on the spot. I'm like, oh shit, I got my management here. We got the Rough Riders here. They the hottest things in the streets, but this is before Drag Pop. So he's young, hungry.
Yeah.
We come into their studio, and I learned a valuable lesson that day, but we come into their studio, that's his home studio. He can't let us come through and outshine him and possibly take his shot. He's still fighting for his spot. Man, he spit some crazy shit. But I had one in the chamber, so I'm like, all right, I'm from Harlem, I got to shoot. I shot, and his next, like his second round, you know how like everything just cut off. The lights, the beat stopped playing, everybody started looking sad and shit. I was like, yeah, it's over. Yeah, we out of here. Let's wrap up. And driving from Yonkers, because I was in Jersey at the time. That's a long ride from Yonkers to Jersey. It's quiet. Niggas ain't talking about nothing, just like, that was rough. That was a rough one, guys. So shout out to Drag On.
You got beat up in the car.
Yeah,
you got beat up in the car.
Yeah. Like, yo, you good? Like, you all right? You all right, bro? Yeah, like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Go get something to eat or something. I'm good.
Yeah. TK. Jersey. I've been on the grind, man, all it took was patience. That money on my mind, man, all I see is hating. He jocking on the low, man, you know the kid is wavy. Like how you mad at me when you know you're fucking lazy. Should've changed. What's good, everybody? It's your girl, Health is Key, with the Health and Hip Hop Podcast Show. Shout out to my boy, Composer Rel. He couldn't come today. He's doing so much right now. So I'ma hold it down, but I got the legendary Tom Gist with me in the building today. So yeah, what's up? Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having you. Telling me your co-host ain't here waiting on me, man.
Nah, he got some principal duties.
Nah, I could dig it. Salute to him, man. Thanks for having me. Health and Hip Hop, looking like new money in here, smelling good and all that. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
So, not sure if you tuned into any other shows or anybody who's tuning in for the first time, but our famous question that we love to ask artists, because we feel like
the baby ain't mine. Nope. We're not doing them type of questions. What's up?
But usually what we do is we like to see for guests to see how they can relate to you more by asking you, what's your favorite artist? Who's your favorite artist?
Favorite artist, pound for pound, Nas.
Where and why?
Yeah, that Illmatic album changed my life. Hearing it and knowing how old he was when he wrote it and relating to it and being from the projects, pound for pound, Nas, Pun coming second, Andre 3000. But if I had to pick one, my last $20, I'm putting it on Nas.
Got you. Okay, I could agree with that. We've heard that answer before. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, you know who gave us that answer too? Well, the answer of Nas was Docs.
Docs
Big
Diggler,
City
my
Buddha.
brother.
Yeah, Big City Buddha.
He got something in the making too. Shout out to Docs.
Yep, exactly. So I definitely want to get into that.
Absolutely.
But what was his line? I don't want to mess his quote up, but I know in the episode I have to clip it. But he was basically saying, it was basically like Nas was like the heart, and Pac was like the brain. It was like this crazy thing. We gotta clip it because I don't want to mess that whole way he intertwined the body into the Nas and the Pac.
Shout out to my guy Docs Diggler, huh?
So yeah, we gotta clip that in there. But I also want to know, like, what's one of your favorite rap bars, even if it's not Nas. What's one of your favorite like rap bars that made you not only with the ugly face, but like just kind of made you maybe think better, move different? Even if you don't know
I say, Jay-Z line, even if Jehovah Witness, but he'll never testify.
And why is that? Like,
Because that is hard. That's from the streets. That's some, some drug gangs.
Yeah, that's fire.
When he said it, I remember where I was at when I heard it. I was like, yeah, that was hard. I gotta go back to writing. I gotta go back to writing. But yeah, definitely Nas, born alone, die alone. No crew to keep my crown and throne. I'm deep, I sound alone, caved inside a thought. It'd be like, bro, you was 19, bro. Like, what are you thinking about when you write some shit like that? So that always inspired me to want to write something that make people have the same reaction.
Well, you know what? True just made me think of something also, too, which is a point I believe in the book that I read. I'm sure I did. Not even I believe, I know, because it was a point that stood out to me. But for me, I feel like with men who just have relationships, like good relationships with their dad, their thinking is different, right? And so speaking of Nas, with his relationship with his pops, right? I just want to get right into it. I know one of the points that stood out to me a lot in the book, the greatest you never heard of.
Yeah, get that.
Might as well plug it in.
Yeah.
Might as well plug it in. That was one of the things that stood out to me when you were talking about just the relationship, the respect for your father, and even from just the guys in the streets for the respect for your father.
Absolutely.
Do you feel like that had a major role in just how you are, how you rap,
Absolutely.
your turnout in life?
It is the reason I am sitting right here with you today. And even to this day, like, he taught me that fatherhood actually never stops. Parenthood never stops. And having him as an example, never looking up to anybody else besides him, and the things that he stood for. Like, I've never seen my father in a pair of jeans.
Word.
Like, that's how of a man he it's either slacks in the summertime, some khaki shorts, but I've never seen him in a pair of jeans. And I was like, yo. I asked him, I said, he said, nah, man. He said, man, wear suit pants, and it's just, he always had that. So even, coming up in the projects, not having much, he still carried it a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know we was poor or considered, less than, because he carried it a certain way. You can be in a certain environment and not have to be of the environment, and he never was. His mind, his actions, his faith, it was always a big point of interest to me. I always, because he had his troubles coming up. He had his things that he's going through. My father was in the streets, found religion, and he just always set the tone. You know what I'm saying? Never really, he didn't have to talk much. And I judge actions based on that. You don't really got to talk much, coming up. I don't know what it is with men, but we don't say I love you a lot. But he didn't have to. He showed it every day. You know what I'm saying? To this day, get up, go to work, do his thing. He's still, to this day. And to this day, I look up to nobody else more than him. So I try to be an example for my kids the way he was for me, and it has helped shape me. It has saved my life. It has helped me write the book, everything. Like, I'm nothing without him.
Wow. Yeah. I know that there was a part in the book where you talked about you got in trouble one time.
Straight like that.
And you got arrested.
Straight like that.
And you had your call and you called your dad. What did your dad say again?
He asked what the charges was, and when he heard what, he told him to keep me. And that was the best thing that he could have ever done, because that feeling of, oh, nah, you want to be a gangster, or you going to be a real gangster. Like, I'm not supporting nothing gangster, but if that's what you want to do, you have a choice. And I learned earlier about choices and consequences. So when he told him to keep me, you talk about halfway shitting on yourself. But it was like, he told me beforehand, listen, I can't be around you 24 hours a day. As a young black man coming up in Harlem, there's going to be temptations, there's going to be decisions you're going to have to make. And you know right from wrong. Like, I got to go get this money so you can have a roof over your head. You gonna go outside and you gonna do what you do. So when I did get arrested and that happened, that was the greatest lesson, because I've never been arrested since. And thank God I didn't have to go to jail. But you can read the story in the book if you want to hear the whole story. But it was a great lesson, profound. And I had to teach my kids the same lesson. Like, listen, I'm supporting anything positive you're doing. You want to choose a negative side, cool. But you're going to live that out to the fullest, too. You're going to be a great gangster. You're going to do all your time. You ain't telling on nobody. Or you're going to go to college, get this education, and get this money, start your businesses, and try to grow that way. So, again, I was I consider myself very lucky. I'm not lucky in a lot of categories, but in that aspect, I feel like I'm the richest person on earth.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah.
I also read too, the point that stood out to me, which was when your father had to make that decision too, when you talk about choices and consequences, when you said a street cat asked him, I sound like I'm 65.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Street cat.
Yeah,
Street cat.
yeah.
The street cat, nah.
Yeah.
He had asked your father, you know, how much he made, right?
Mm-hmm.
And offered
Yeah.
him what I don't wanna say your story, but it was intriguing to me.
Yeah,
I read that he said $200 a week, and he offered him what? Was
He
it
offered
2,000
a week.
2,000 a week to do what? Like,
It was so, you know, coming up in Harlem again, big heroin, cocaine, any popular drug you could get, and you know, everybody know everybody. So at the time, you know, we coming up, my father got approached by an older dealer, getting a lot of money. Asked my father how much money he was making a week. My father told him 200 a week. He was like, well, I'll give you 2,000 a week. I just need to use the trunk of your car for storage. That's it. You ain't got to touch nothing. Just give me a key so I can open it, close it. And my father turned him down, even though the money, I don't think I would turn that down right now. But
back in the
this is
day.
what I'm saying. We talking to the 80s, he turned that down. But he had a vision and he had a family and he knew we had to, you know, be transported back and forth in that car. So he turned him down. The dealer respected him, but he kept the offer open, and literally three months later, the dealer got killed.
Wow.
My father told me, he was like, yo, you know, I always use the money, but if you can kind of step past the money and look at the consequences of your choices, now, say the dude gets killed, somebody coming to look for whatever's in that trunk. You don't know who was following them, you don't know who know this car is, and all it takes is one stop at the red light and it's over for everybody, you know what I mean? So for him to even have that foresight and is again, something that I looked up to, something that I try to have in the decisions that I make, knowing that, you know, other people are gonna be affected by the decisions that I make, you know what I mean? I have 2 kids, I have a wife, I have a family, I have people that depend on me to make certain decisions to, you know, help their livelihoods be what it is.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, no, it's a
Make
great
sure
man.
y'all get this book.
Shout out to the good deacon, brother Gist, G.U.N.H.O, greatest you never heard of, Tom Gist, a memoir. I told what I could without incriminating myself. And I was getting a lot of positive feedback, a lot of love. I'm glad that I wrote it. It took me about 2.5, 3 years, you know, on and off between the music and the movies. And it was just a culmination of some of the things that I wanted to do. And the response that I've got from this. And the funny thing about my father, he's been with me my whole life. And he's like, he took like a week to read the book on purpose. He was like, yo, 90% of the stuff in the book, I ain't even know. And he was there. So it's, you know, I think everybody should write a book. After writing this, I think everybody should write a book. Even if you don't publish it.
You definitely inspired me to
even
write
if
a
you
book
don't
about
publish it, it's something therapeutic about writing it. You know, you can deal with some of the traumas you might have been through just to get it out. And, you know, some things you tell, some things you don't tell, but it's just like the release of it was amazing. And like, I want to read your book now. Like, I want to read his book. I want to read everybody's book because everybody got a story to tell. And, you know, some people choose not to tell it. And then it's like, well, I'm going to wait. And it's like, what am I waiting for?
So when you was in your writing process, right, when you say, you know, what to say and what not to say, did you have parts where you just took out, or was just parts you automatically was able to write?
It was just stuff that I was like, I'm not going to write about. You know, everybody got some stuff that they're going to take to the grave with them.
Yeah.
You ain't going to tell it all. But, you know, I wasn't always a married man. Shout out to my wife. But, you know, I didn't always, you know, make all of the best decisions. But I'm here. I'm grateful. And like I said, I know where my luck is. And it hasn't been necessarily in the industry as I would want, but in life, like I said, I feel like I'm the luckiest man on earth. So, you can, like I said, you can choose what to write, and I did, and I got a whole nother book I could write that, you know, might get me about 30, 40 years, but I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, I like being here. I like being here with y'all. Yeah, I like being on Health and Hip Hop Podcast.
I mean, I know we can live in a nosy culture.
Yeah,
we don't need to be that nosy when you
I put it like this. It's like if you know, it's like if you know, you know, and if you don't know, maybe you don't need to know.
Yeah.
And what Tretch said, if I ain't knew you, I don't need to know you. Something he said. Shout out to Tretch, one of the most underrated artists ever. I just had to throw that in there.
That's a fact.
And Yeah, so like I said, write your book. Please.
Absolutely.
Please,
No,
write
please.
it.
You definitely inspired me to write my book, like for sure, for sure. Like
And I think
this morning, because I finished the book this morning. I read it throughout the week, and
Mm-hmm.
I finished it this morning, and that was the exact thoughts I had. Like,
and the response that I'm getting is helping me realize that that might be my gift, is to inspire. And if that's what it is, then so be it. I
Definitely.
want to inspire, especially, the youth, my women, my brothers, to do what you've always dreamed about doing and know that it can be done. Like I said, I wrote it, published it, promoted it, did the cover. Shout out to Mr. Meredith. I just finished the audio book.
He did
He did the
beats
cover.
for
He
you?
did the cover. He do beats.
Did he do the? Because I feel like you shouted him out for the movie too.
Yeah, he directed. He directed.
All right, I
the
was about to
movie.
say
Yeah,
I
he
know I
directed the
read that
movie.
name a couple times. Okay.
I just finished the audio book with A. Clay, my bro A. Clay. He did the sound on the movie. So it's all in-house. We do everything.
Fire.
And, they inspired everything that goes on. Those are my partners. We got the new album out, Animal Pack, right now on all streaming platforms. Get it everywhere. And, I keep a tight-knit circle of talented people who got the same vision, same grind. And you can literally do it. This is all me. The movie is all us.
We about to get into all of that.
Let's
We
get
about
it.
to
Let's get
all of
into
that.
it. Let's do it.
All right, so one of the parts that I had that stood out to me as well was just on the cover of the book, right? Just the fact of the basketball and the mic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the episode before this, episode 9, shout out to Alan Watson. He actually brought up, because he actually is a trainer. Well, I don't even like to call himself trainer, pardon me. He calls himself the angel, the point guardian angel. He's a
Point guard,
tactician.
yeah, that's hard. I like that.
Yeah, so basically what he does is he helps a lot of college kids get to D1 schools and
Fire.
D2 schools. He helps Shabazz High School and all that stuff. So
Fire.
he had brought up like Sham God and all the, the basketball and all that stuff. So it just reading the book and the transition, because he went from being like A1 in football, like from getting offers to Notre Dame to actually like quitting football and picking up a ball and being straight trash picking up the ball and actually making it all the way from being nice in football to picking up the basketball, and then like making it all the way to like the NBA drafts, right, for the Wizards, right?
Dope.
And playing overseas. And so it reminded me of you, because it's kind of like the same thing when it went from with the basketball and then going to music. So I definitely want to talk on the basketball scene, because I did not know you was that nice and ball.
No. Y'all see the face. Yeah, I bust a lot of y'all niggas' ass. Yeah, it's a lot of victims out there. But coming up in Harlem, that famous Biggie line, if you selling rocket, you got to make a jump shot. It's very real. So I picked up a basketball around 10 years old, and that was my first love. Played really hard, played in the streets, played AAU, played high school, played against a lot of NBA players. Played with Riverside Hawks, one of the probably the top AAU team in the city, and did my thing. You know what I mean? Traveled all over, had Division I interests. Stars didn't line up, but I competed with the best of them. I'm talking about NBA champions, first round draft picks, defensive players of the year. Competed against them all and did my thing, held my own. And if you get the book, got the articles, pictures from the newspapers and stuff like that. And hip hop is just embedded in everything that we do. So even while I was playing basketball,
absolutely,
yeah, it's embedded
the whole
in everything.
point of the show right here.
Even from the way the way we played, the way we wore our shorts, the way we tied our sneakers, everything was hip hop. And I started rapping, writing rhymes around 9th or 10th grade, being inspired by my bro Ali, rest in peace, and my man Sean P. They was the first rappers in my hood that was doing it. So I was playing ball and rapping. And so the transition was actually natural. You know what I mean? It wasn't anything forced. We'd be in the van on the way to games, rapping, cracking jokes, but rapping. Mm-hmm. And so the transition was easy for me. But basketball was definitely my first love.
Don't go into the transition and rap yet, because we still gotta talk about basketball.
Let's talk about it.
We can't just breeze. We can't just breeze. Half the book was about basketball, so we can't just breeze right to the rap.
Let's do it.
I want to talk about the college letters. Like that was deep when you said like you felt like, because you didn't have, you didn't say it was, but you said you felt like, so I'm gonna call it allegedly, but you were saying that, like you was getting major props. Mm-hmm. You was playing for some of the top AAUs, going to the top schools to play ball, and you didn't get any offers. Mm-hmm. And you felt like the coach that you were playing for wasn't point guard friendly. Can
at
you
all.
talk about that? You feel like
At all. I
he
mean,
blocked your letters?
Yeah, there's and what I learned over the years was it wasn't just me. So it wasn't personal. This was a history of
This was
a history
that. I was like,
of
what?
players.
This is crazy.
And the funny thing is, when I think back to it, we had a whole team of players in school not even playing. They didn't even want to play basketball no more because
after coming through the coach.
The coach, the coach, he was just. I guess he was good to some and not good to others, but anybody who was defiant, anybody who kind of stood on their own, it was like a confrontational, combative competition thing between coach and player when we literally are on the same team. I'm playing for you. So it's like, even before I went there, shout out to my man Chu, I write about him in the book, he graduated from there. He told me not to go there.
Yep, I read.
He literally told me, but I was at the point of no return. If I didn't go there, I would have had to sit out another year.
Yeah, that wasn't common back then.
Reclassifying and all that. It wasn't what it was. Shout out to Mo Hicks. He actually told me to come to Rice to play for him, legendary coach, and I should have listened, but I didn't. And I went there, and so say Monday I got 5 letters. I'm like, all right. There's follow-up letters. So it just all of a sudden they just stopped. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? And we got into one game about, he felt like I was the reason we lost, but he didn't play me, so we got into it, and he literally said, yo, you should be kissing my ass for what I could do for you as far as getting into school. And it's like, well, I don't kiss no ass, I just play ball. So come to find out, I could call 15 players from before, after, who had the same problem with the same coach. I don't even like to say his name like that, but I did have some good moments in high school, but that, just as far as understanding what the kids from the inner city need, like we need those scholarships.
Absolutely.
And we have the skill to earn them. Like
absolutely beyond.
This is what I'm saying. And that was my only goal, was like, all right, I had a brother, my older brother, he was away at college. So I knew the college fund or whatever was gone. Like the only way I was going, because I'd understand money early. So I didn't want to incur that debt like that. Even though it's important to have that degree, I just didn't want the debt. And I felt like my skill would get me, literally I had coaches telling me like, it don't make no sense for us to recruit you because we know you're going somewhere else.
I was reading.
We know you're going to a bigger school. And it was like, all right, cool. I guess that was a compliment. I wish they would have, but they didn't. And like I said, to learn later on in life that there was other players who had the same experience, it was like, oh, okay, so this wasn't personal. This was just a thing he did. So it's like, what's really going on here? You know what I mean? Like this school is located in the middle of the Bronx. You got some of the best players in the tri-state, well, not in the tri-state, but between Bronx and Harlem, going to these schools. We're competing against the same people who going to Duke, North Carolina, Syracuse, Texas. Why we ain't, where our scholarships at?
You know what I mean? About you was playing with
yeah, and I did have some players. I had some players on my team. My man Reese went to Georgetown. My man Kenny went to Boston College, but they almost kind of got their scholarships through their own AAU.
Their own.
Yeah,
okay,
like
got you.
Like he would want them. He would kind of want to dictate where you go. Like go to this school, go to that school, instead of letting you kind of choose. And they were bigger men. I'm a short point guard. You know what I'm saying? He was a point guard, so it was like animosity. I don't know what it was. I just know the impact that he had and the position that he had, the power that he had, he liked it. So to be able to say, yo, I can make sure you go to school or I can make sure you don't.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, you know where we coming from. You know the environment. You know what we go through just to get to school, just to get here. From the train, walking through neighborhoods, worried about getting beat up, to going back home at night late. It's crazy to get into the school, a safe environment, and have to deal with that. It was a lot. I graduated Student Athlete of the Year, SAT scores,
to get
multiple
news clippings. That's crazy.
It just made no sense. I got articles like, shout out to Ron Artest, Meta World Peace. I got articles where I outplayed him.
Yeah.
He's 6'10" Defensive Player of the Year, NBA champion. So if you're not telling me I couldn't compete. Should I have gone to Duke and been the #1 pick? No. But did I deserve to go to some college, somewhere to play ball? Absolutely. And I still bust one young nigga. I still get, like I'm getting hyped now. You got a ball in here? Like,
it's right there.
Anybody play? Anybody want some smoke? What's going on? I'm getting hyped. But it's just interesting how many people got that same story though. How how many players, even some players who read the book was like, yo, I had the same experience, man.
That's deep.
Coach, and you'd be surprised because you'd be wondering like, yo, why such and such ain't make it? They were so talented. Sometimes it'd be out of your control.
Dang.
Just like, not to kind of jump ship, but just like with the music and the movies, I had to take control. Like nobody gave me a shot. As far as the official, all right, I'm gonna put you on. I was close, but it didn't happen. And I said, I'm not gonna let that happen. What happened with me in basketball, I'm not gonna let happen with my other dreams. If I gotta pay for it, take all the losses, whatever type of debt I got, whatever I got to do to make this stuff happen, I'm gonna make it happen. So that's why you see this. That's why you see the movie. That's why you hear the music. That's why you see the videos, because I refuse to let another dream die because I'm putting it in somebody else's hands and they control my fate. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have connections with college coaches. I didn't know who to call. You couldn't even talk to them really. You know what I'm saying? That was, NCAA rules was crazy back then. So they could only communicate with you through letter. He knowing that, so it was like either he would just discard them, not give them to us, or throw them away.
That's deep, man.
That's terrible.
That's deep.
That's like this is possibly the kid's only way out. Like I could
absolutely.
die. I could die going home, bro.
Absolutely.
Literally.
Absolutely.
Literally, I have friends who did not make it to 18, who did not make it to 19, who didn't get to see their gray hairs, and you'd be surprised that it's because of somebody else's actions. You would think, he's in this position. He want to help kids get to the next level. He want to help kids get an education. I could have went to college and become a scientist. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't make it to the A. I know that, I'm fully underwear. But I knew I needed that specific scholarship to go to school.
Yeah, no, I read that. I know you were saying all you wanted to do was just get a
scholarship. That's it. That was my only goal. You know, everybody dreams of going to NBA, but I'm very realistic. It's a tough path. A lot of people don't make it, but 300 and something Division I colleges, 400 and something Division II colleges, another 300.
Yeah.
I'm playing against the #1 draft pick in the NBA. I'm playing against NBA. I played against Kobe.
You know,
that
Rest
in peace to Kobe. Yeah, that's another. I played against Kobe. I played against some of the people on the N1 tour. I played against and held my own. You know what I mean? Not saying I was Magic Johnson or nothing, but it's like,
you should have played something.
Yeah, absolutely. And anybody who played against me or played with me can vouch for it. And you know, like I said, the articles speak for themselves. I still got a lot of articles, a lot of trophies, and you know, I still get when I'm in certain environments and people who know, I still get that respect and love. So I carry that. But that's definitely a part of my life that I wish I could have extended. But right after I graduated at 18, by 19 I was a father, and I approached that. Because I could have went to junior college, could have went to prep school. It was a lot of things I could have did, but I chose fatherhood over the basketball.
Understandable.
Yeah.
So all right, so yeah, now let us know. So basketball didn't get picked up for school. Rap, how did that come into play?
Like I said, I was rapping while I was doing it, and in Harlem. Battling, you know battle rap. Yeah, you know battle rap.
So I met you at with the battle rap.
Exactly. So I started battling real early. Ran into people like T-Rex. I mean, T-Rex probably was 12. Like T-Rex is the GOAT. People do not understand. This nigga was 12 years old. 13. I'm dead serious. Out young sniper. Matter of fact, shout out to T-Rex. I didn't battle him alone. So it was a group of people. I was battling like, say, 4 or 5 people at the same time. So say the battle's at 4.
Yeah.
This nigga Rex show up, 4:45. He got a fresh haircut. He got chains and shit. I'm like, yo, you got me waiting. I'm like, who is this kid, man? Because I'm a few years older than Rex. He started rapping. I was like, oh, no, hold on. Whoa. He's coming. So, you know, going through those types of wars just helped me, develop an arrogant style. I went by the name and Arrogance out the gate. And like I said, from 40 Cal, shout out to 40 Cal, rest in peace to Party Artie. I ran into some of the greats outside. And, I probably stopped right before the Smack DVD era because I transitioned into music because it was the whole battle rappers can't make music.
I remember that.
I didn't want to get caught in that, so I literally stopped. And when me and T-Rex talked, he like, man, you never should have stopped. I said, I know, but I did, and I chose the music lane and totally got out of battle rap. I'm always a fan, always gonna support it, but I just didn't stick with it the way like Rex did. You know what I mean? So it was like, all right, battle rappers can't make music. I want to show that I can make music. Started the music journey and just been on it ever since.
Yeah,
Hard.
I read in the book you had battled in front of MASE.
Yeah, Mace came looking for me one day because the day before I battled like 6 dudes in front of him, and it was like Sham God was there, my man G.U.N.H.O was there, and so the day after, him and rest in peace to my man Pop Lighty, they came looking for me to battle some of Big L's rappers, and there's footage. I think it might be the first 2-on-2 Harlem battle captured on film, but they're using it for a Big L documentary, I think, but they having problems with getting all the licenses and stuff for it. But it's literally from 90, that battle was 98. 98, 2-on-2, me and my man L Boogie versus Sun Kiss and Party Artie. Classic.
And then what about, I read in the book too about you battling Dragon.
Oh,
not being
no,
prepared.
no, I didn't battle Dragon.
It's Swiss B, Swiss.
I didn't. It wasn't a battle. That was it was a slow funeral. It was a slow funeral. But see, the way it was set up, it wasn't like, yo, I got a battle at 8 o'clock. You don't know who, because then you didn't know who you was battling. You just had to show already. It was, yo, we going to rap for Rough Riders. That's a whole different mentality.
Yeah.
Than you know battle rap. You know how you come to the arena like, all right, I know I got a battle. We go to rap. Bottom line, we get there, Swiss there, Wise there, me and my man Roddy Rod, shout out to Rod, he from Newark Zone, and Swiss playing the beat, Rod raps, I rap. We got a little routine we do. We've been performing all over, we doing our thing. So say I'm here, you Rod, and there go Drag, Rod raps, I rap. The Drag, and you hear a rap, and you like, oh, whoa, 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 buddy. He's coming at us. This is not a cipher. This is war. So I'm like, like you on the spot. I'm like, oh shit, I got my management here. We got the Rough Riders here. They the hottest things in the streets. But this is before Drag Pop. So he's young, hungry.
Yeah.
We come in today's studio, and I learned a valuable lesson that day. But we come in today's studio. That's his home studio. He can't let us come through and outshine him and possibly take his shot. He's still fighting for his spot. Man, he spit some crazy shit. But I had one in the chamber, so I'm like, all right, I'm from Harlem, I got to shoot. I shot, and his next, like his second round, you know how like everything just cut off. The lights, the beat stopped playing, everybody started looking sad and shit. I was like, yeah, it's over. Yeah, we out of here. Let's wrap up. And driving from Yonkers, because I was in Jersey at the time. That's a long ride from Yonkers to Jersey. It's quiet. Niggas ain't talking about nothing, just like. That was rough. That was a rough one, guys. So shout out to Drag On.
You got beat up in the car. You got beat up in the
car. Like, yo, you good? Like, you all right? You all right, bro? Yeah, like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Go get something to eat or something. I'm good. Shout out to Drag On. He's still doing his thing. But again, that's a story. Because I'm sure he had 1,000 battles. He probably don't remember it, but I never forgot it. And what I learned from that was, yo, it's always a battle, even when it's not. Don't let nobody come to your home turf and feel like they can shine. Be preparation, be prepared for war. So after that, wrote like 5 battle raps that night till I got to about 30 that I memorized and went outside and everybody got it. I don't pull no punches, no friends, we rapping. And I've kind of kept that with me ever since, you know what I mean? Like preparation, being on time, being ready, being war ready. People call me for songs and features. It's like, all right, I'm gonna do what I do. Like, so it's a battle even when it's not. And it helped me. I learned from that day, like I said. And see, I'm one, a lot of battle rappers, shout out to the whole battlefield, but the people don't like to admit when they lost. Like, I know when I lost. And if there's footage of that, you'd be like, yeah, I guess. But yeah, that was ugly. But Jordan lost games. Mike Tyson got knocked out. You learn from your losses.
Absolutely. You need them.
Yeah, absolutely, and grow from them. The only one that's undefeated is Floyd.
Yeah.
And he's a different human being, you know what I mean? But I learned from it, got better, got hungrier, and it's helped me to this day. Stay ready. Yeah.
So speaking of coming from Jersey to Yonkers, how was that transition, Harlem to Newark?
Yeah.
I know you got in a group called Daily News. Can you let us know about
you
went to Newark and met all these artists out here?
I moved out to Newark in about 96. So I always say I was born and raised in Harlem, and Newark adopted me. So I've actually been in Jersey longer than I lived in Harlem, but my roots, my beginning, everything starts in Harlem. We moved to the Ivy Hill section in Newark, and I met my guy Roddy Roz, and he met management. He had management, Duke and Lisa. Shout out to my guy Buff Billions, Chuck the Middleman, Paul Freeman, my bro Jake. We had a deal with Relativity Records. We was in a group called the Daily News. We got dropped. We was one of the last acts to sign, but that whole experience showed me like I had a foot into the industry and how things work. The transition was cool. Like I said, Newark, it's a little like Harlem, but Newark is just a little more rougher, a little more. It's like to shoot a lot in Newark. It's a lot of gunshots going on in Newark. But if Newark fuck with you, they fuck with you. And I didn't come out here trying to, be anybody that I wasn't. That was some super tough shit. I came out playing ball and rapping, and they embraced me. My kids was born and raised in Newark. My wife is from Newark. Of course, my family, my mother-in-law, my brothers-in-law, everybody embraced me, and they could have lined me up easy early. But I try to show love so I can get love. I show respect so I can get respect, and that's always helped me. I love Newark. I love Newark's unity. Like, if Newark fuck with you, they fuck with you. But if they don't, they will ride on your ass. And Harlem is more flashy, getting money. Newark is gritty. They get money, they get flashy too, but it's just a little, bro, don't play. You might not want to play on one of these dark streets out here, you know what I mean? So the transition was smooth for me because I'm from the hood. So I understand some of the unwritten rules of the hood. I understand how to move, how to treat people, how to, share. You know what I'm talking about? And I love Newark. Like I said, it's a part of me forever. So I claim Newark. Even though I'm from Harlem, I claim Newark as well. Together, they help create me. They help me write my story. My musical pursuit, as far as industry stuff, started in Newark. In Harlem, I was just battling. I had management, but I didn't get to see the inside of the industry until I got to Newark. And shout out to Wanda Booth. She's the A&R. She was the head A&R at Relativity that actually signed us. She heard me, felt me, signed me. So I knew how simple it was. So all the games that they play in the industry, you got to do this. When they want you, they'll come get you. They'll sign you.
Got you.
But yeah, Harlem, Newark, G.U.N.H.O.
So how did you get in a studio session with Dr. Dre? How did that work?
Interesting story. So my man Bear from my projects in Harlem, the Hansville projects, he was managing Shanta, who was signed to, I don't know if she was signed to Timbaland, but she was on that song, Love, the Love, yeah.
Oh, I remember that one.
He was managing her, and she was signed to Aftermath. So she was looking for writers. So I sent about 2 or 3 verses. She really liked them. She's like, yo, I want you to come work on my album with me. So I flew myself out to Cali in September 2001. And so say I'm sitting here right with my head down, look up, Dr. Dre just standing there like, holy shit, Batman. But I'm trying to keep my shit together, you know what I'm saying? And he's one of the coolest dudes on that level that I ever met. You know what I mean? I'm talking about Dr. Dre don't got to, even at that point, this is 2001, he don't have to be in the studio with nobody. He's in the studio session 15 hours.
Wow.
Like, he loves music, and I got to see it firsthand. Like, so I'm writing to a beat. He hear what I'm writing. He like, yo, take that exact song and put it to this beat. And in a 5-second transition, it's a whole different song. And I'm like, yo, that's genius. That's years of training. That's musical training. That's knowing what will work. And then I get to go in the booth, and I'm looking out, and this fucking Dr. Dre at the boards. He like, yo, say this way, do that way, take that bar out, put this bar. Genius. And it was amazing for me. You know, I'm a kid from Harlem, first time in California, and to experience that was, again, amazing for me. Just learning, again, how the people on that level, this is a multi-platinum producer / artist / CEO / and to get that coaching from him, I take it with me too. He's the first person to say, yo, write the hook first. I never wrote the hook first.
Wow.
And it's way harder to write the hook first than it is to write a verse first. Because, you know, I'm rapping, I want to rap. So you write the hook first. I'm stuck, like, holy shit. But you learn, you know what I mean? And then the song becomes way easier to do when you got the hook first. So any producers, send me a beat with a hook on it. I will kill it. But if I got to write a hook, it might take me a little longer. But that experience was amazing, and I've been back to California a few times since then. Still working with Shanta to this day. And you know, I love California, but that experience was life changing. And I was in my first earthquake out there.
Oh.
Get the book. I write about that in there too.
They was ripping you for that?
Yeah, you ain't never been scared till you been in a fucking earthquake for your first time. Shit.
I was
Yeah.
dying reading the book.
Yeah.
Like when you was like, everybody was laughing at you.
Yeah, because you know, they used to it. Man, imagine we here right now and shit just starts shaking. Lights and shit falling. You like, yo, you think it's the Exorcist or something. Bro, they like, nah, it's normal. No, this is not normal, bro. This don't happen in Harlem, bro. I've been there all my life. The ground never shook like this. That shit's scary as shit. But again, life experiences that I'm able to laugh about because it could have been worse. Could have been way worse.
So I had two questions, right? Because I definitely want to get into how you got a part of DIPSET, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there was a part that stood out to me that was fire, was when you performed in front of Biz Markie, and he basically told you something about like performing your own songs and not on another artist's beat. That was fire to me because I remember in the book you were saying that a lot of artists, which they do, is perform over somebody else's beat, and he was telling you like perform your own song. So what did you learn from that? What was his actual words to you, if you remember?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Rest in peace to the great Biz Markie. I opened up for him at a show at New Paltz. Shout out to Robert Earl, Early Light Entertainment. That's my brother, my first everything. I wouldn't be here without him. He set up a show for me up in New Paltz. So I'm an opening act. It's probably 15 opening acts before the main act. So I think I went on right before Biz. So I, of course, I'm using other people's beats, more popular beats at the time. And I was a part of my show. I started rapping in reggae. Crowd went crazy. That might be the best reaction I got from a crowd not knowing me ever. So I come off stage, I'm hyped. He pulled me to the side. He like, yo, that was dope, kid, but you got to start using your own music. So I'm like, bro, this is the best moment of my life. Killing me. Like, what do you mean? But he was like, yo, you got to get them to love your music. It's easy to get a reaction on one of my beats, you know what I'm saying? Or on the Benjamins. It's easy to get a reaction, but you ain't really made it until they know your beat, they know your lyrics, they know your songs. And I was like, it took me a while. It took a while for it to register, but that's all he was saying. It's like, yo, you got to make them love you and your stuff. Got to be specific to you. It got to be unique. And one song can literally pay for your kids' education if it's the right joint, hit at the right time with the right promotion and the right marketing. And it took me a while, but I understand exactly what he's saying. So, you've been to shows. I saw you performing before. You know how hard it is to get people to react when they don't know you. You're not popular. You're not on the top 88. You're not number one. It's hard to get a react. You got to damn near set yourself on fire, jump through hoops. But what I learned was, make them love your stuff. So it's like, I try to perform even harder, try to go even, try to make them like my music even more. That's for my Harlem people.
Yeah, they definitely would have commented.
Yeah,
like,
my fault. My bad. But that was a great lesson that he taught me. Great lesson.
Wow. So then, how did you link with DIPSET, Cameron? How did that
that was through my partner Robert Earl. Shout out to my bro Tobe Cobain. They was actually in high school together, and Tobe is the one who took Jewels to Cam. So that relationship was there from the door. I was putting out independent projects, and Tobe took one of my independent projects, Thinking Out Loud, to Cam. Cam heard it, felt it, called me. I started appearing on DIPSET stuff, albums, mixtapes. Got to be around him, got to understand how he works, how he does business. He's one of the best businessmen I ever seen. And so my affiliation was right then and there. It was kind of like, if he got the CD in March, he might have called me by May. And shout out to Duke the God, I was appearing on mixtape. It just took everything to a whole nother level. Like I said in the book, there's somebody on every continent on this planet that knows my name and my music because of that affiliation. So I'm forever grateful for them. We was in talks to do my deal, things got kind of flustered and communication got messed up around the time that Diplomats was going through they problems. But I was already doing my own independent thing before them, so I just kept doing it. Still got love for them to this day, still work with some of the artists there. So, you know, wished I could have signed. But it's like a kid from New York signing with the Knicks, or kid from Jersey signing with the Nets when they was in Jersey at the time. You like, oh nah, it's about to go down. I'm about to play for the home team. Didn't quite happen, but from the affiliation alone, the notoriety, I mean that name, that brand, it sticks with you. So I consider myself an affiliate because I didn't ever sign, but people know all over. I was on Funk Flex because of them. I was in stores because it's amazing. So, like I said in the book, even if it's just a little part of hip hop history, it's I got that. You know what I mean? And I'm grateful for it. So shout out to the Diplomats, shout out to Dipset, all day, Harlem.
So I want to talk about the family because I don't know how it is now. I think with social media it's a little different now because you got pictures and you can post your family and stuff like that. But I know before it wasn't common. Rap artists would have whole families, be married, but it wouldn't be projected like that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, like how was that for you as far as just even in that era, you know, being a married man, having a family, and having to sacrifice, you know, some of your rap opportunities, you know, for family, which is even trades in my opinion to me. But yeah, can you talk about like, you know, your experience with just being a hip hop artist and actually being a married man? You know?
Well, first of all, I wasn't always married. Let me just put that out there. Got married in 2016. You know, your boy was out there. I'm just playing. I mean, like I said, my daughter was born in 1998, and I took fatherhood extremely serious from that point on. I refuse to kind of conform to what the industry says. They kind of want you to hide your family. They want all the girls to want you. And if you got a family or you got a girl or you got a wife or fiance, and I get it. I get it. It's not attractive to, I guess, the average listener according to their standards. And it's like, nah, bro, like my music is real. My life is real. I know people are going through this type of stuff. I'm gonna promote. I'm not gonna hide it. You know what I mean? And it's like, yo, so y'all want me to talk about selling drugs and killing people all day? How about let's talk about black men getting married, raising their kids? How about that? I think that'll work. You put the same marketing money behind that you put. I think it'll work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think a $2 million promotional budget for somebody trying to promote this instead of that. I think it'll work. And I guess I've been on that journey ever since, just trying to convince them, you know what I mean, that it can work. There's still music that I understand can play in the club, that needs to play on the radio, and I try to make it all. But that part of my life, I'm not gonna hide. My father didn't hide me, you know what I mean? So
absolutely.
I'm proud. You know what I mean? I'm proud to do this. And the funny thing is, all my friends in my immediate circle, they're all good fathers, all husbands. All married. Some of them got married before me. I wasn't, you know, I didn't come out the gate, you know, married. It took me some time. My wife was patient with me. And I felt like that was the image that needed to be out there. Everybody's a killer. Everybody sold 10,000 keys. Okay, we got enough Pablo Escobars. All right, everybody's fucking Pablo. Cool. That's not, even if that is me, that's not the image that I want to portray. Because I understand being, I don't want to say a role model, but being somebody that kids look up to or kids look at and be like, I want to do that. Because when I grew up, I saw people that I was like, I want to do that. I want to do this. I also saw my father like, you know what? I want to do that. So as I started making music, and then, you know, the impact that my daughter and my son had on the music that I made, and I started to understand, like, nah, they need me. I need to tighten up. I need to maybe not do this, maybe do that. Maybe, you know what I mean? Even promoting, even being a rapper, having a job.
I was just about to.
A lot of artists, it's a certain persona that it's almost taught that it's like, yo, nah, you gotta be this. You gotta be. No, go get a job, bro. You ever been to jail? You ever been on a jail visit? You ever really understand what's on the other side of that? You don't want no parts of that. So go get a job, and if you're independent, use that to help fund your career. But, you know, I got kids, I got a wife, I got real bills, they need to live, we need a car. Bro, there was times where, you know, there was decisions that had to be made. I could be just coming home, or I could not be coming. I got friends that's not coming home. We the same age. They just not coming home. And it's, you know, in part due to the circumstances that we grew up in part due to influences from the outside. And being independent, I never had nobody telling me what I had to do. So my first partner, still my partner to this day, my bro Robert Earl, he's older than me, but he always helped guide some of the decisions that I made. He was a great example for me as far as being a father, being a role model, being a working man. And, you know, we might have to work 10 more jobs than the average person to keep the shit going. I mean, you look around here, like, this don't come from, you know, hope. This comes from work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You might have started with 1 camera, but now you got 3. Give them 6 months, it might be 10 cameras in here and a whole crew. But you start where you start, and you work your way up, but not being ashamed of it. So I'm never gonna hide my family. Never gonna hide the fact that I worked. I have my own businesses. I work for companies. Whatever it takes, I'm willing to do, and to try to stay out of the prison system, and try to help keep some kids out of the prison. My friend, like, you know, put people on, give people opportunity, and just show them, like, it can be done. It's gonna be hard, it's gonna be heartache, but it can be done. And I'd rather be playing 2K with my son than warming up beefaroni in the cell. Because it's real, like, it's dead real. So, you know, remember Lauryn Hill was like, in one of her songs, when she got pregnant, they was telling her not to keep it. Yep. They told her, think about your career. Think about your career. Nah, I'm thinking about these kids that need me and the parent that I want to be, and eventually the husband that I became, because I had to grow into that. And I said, I'm gonna promote it. So I got a song that I did called Rider, filmed it, used my actual wedding footage, and put it out. That's my single. That's the single.
That was fire.
Don't sound like nothing else you ever heard.
I watched that video when it came out.
Appreciate it, yeah. But it's like, again, the inspiration. How many people hit me like, yo, how many people have gotten married that was at my wedding that never been to a wedding before?
Wow.
That saw the videos like, oh, nah, you causing a lot of pressure in my house, kid. And I said, but that's a great thing.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying? It's a great thing. Like, we all know how to go to jail. You know how to sign a marriage license? You know how to file marriage on your taxes, brother? Let's do that. Like, there's another option. There's another option. And that's all I want to show, that there's choices. And like I said, I am no saint by far, but I was fortunate to have a man to look at and to see and to follow. And I understand that a lot of people don't. So maybe I'm that to them from a distance. So it's like, what am I putting out there? What images am I putting out there? What am I saying? Of course, I'm gonna talk my shit, my raps. Of course, I feel like I'm better than everybody. I mean, everybody. But in the same token, I want to put a message out. So through the book, through my movie, through my music, I'm real message conscious. Even if you don't catch it, I'll explain it to you. There's a message in everything. For me, it's just not the wild, wild west. And everybody, let's go to jail. Let's kill each other. Let's leave fatherless homes. Let's do the other. Because to me, there's money in that too. Because that's what it comes down to. They're like, yo, ain't no money in that. So even for my women, there ain't no money unless you're taking your clothes off. Really? Ain't nothing? Nothing? Nobody can do a song with their clothes on and nobody? No? And it's like, okay, so what happens when they don't make it? Then they try to put their clothes on, that ain't got no respect. They can't get the respect that they want.
Or it's like, oh, you trying to, or you already set the image. Or...
Yeah, and I get it though, but I totally get it. Cause like I said, being on the other side and being an actual record label and understanding kind of what the people want to hear and what they want to see, it's a funny line. But then it's like, all right, your morals and your standards got to kick in at a certain point. And if you just money chasing, like I've never been, like people don't understand what I say this, but I understand money, but I don't like it. I don't like what it does to people. I don't like what people will do to you for it. I don't like how people treat you when they think you got it, when they think you don't got it. I understand its need, but it's like I've never been kind of driven by it. I'm from Harlem, so we like to be clean, we like to be fair, all that. But I also understand, I've seen the other side of it too. It's ugly. It's ugly, and I don't like that side at all. So never gonna hide my family. You shouldn't either. Never gonna hide the fact that I work businesses, startup. You can do it all and still be a dope artist. Now, somebody gives you a $5 million check and say, you know, do this. It's like it never stops because it's like, what are your standards? What are your morals? There's certain things that I'm just never gonna do, and that's I kind of let that be known from the door, and you either respect it or you don't. Business is you know, yes or no. You can decide to do business or not, but I'm just not gonna do certain things for $1. So you ain't gonna hold no money over my head because I go get it myself, and I'm willing to do the work. I'm very time conscious. Try not to waste too much time doing, you know, nothing. Try to be productive with it, and you know, when you got that mentality, the sky's the limit. Trying to show you books, movies, documentaries, music. Working on my new sitcom, 10-episode sitcom. You know, I'm trying to see if I could talk to y'all lawyer because the aesthetics around here is looking all right. Somebody got some paper, you know what I'm talking about? So, you know.
Actually, you know what? Now that you talk about just the different opportunities you created for yourself, I met you, right? You came down to, I was doing the UW network show.
Shout out to L Wisdom.
Shout out to L Wisdom, Arsenal.
Ars, what up?
Yeah, and they had the show.
Speed Dollar, what up?
Speed Dollar.
My guy, yeah.
And I know at the time you was doing, which is so dope because, you know, this is the health and hip hop show.
Health and hip hop, let's get to it.
And you was doing training. That wasn't in the book. I was hoping to read that part.
Yeah.
What's up with the personal training? Like, let us know how that went.
It's a lot that I didn't write about. So I've been
workout head.
I've been exercising basically since I stopped playing basketball. Well, actually, when I stopped playing ball, it was a little time frame. Got a little too big. Like, I got to hit the gym. I didn't set out to be a trainer or nothing. I was in the gym working out. One of the trainers saw me working out and liked my style. He was like, yo, you ever thought about becoming a trainer? I said, not really. He told me what I needed to do, did it, and it turned out that I loved it. So I've actually been certified over about 12, 13 years now. Started my own company. I worked at a gym before that. And I've helped minimum at least 100 to 120 people, you know, lose weight.
Fire.
And I've always been health conscious. I never drink. I don't smoke. I don't pop pills. I don't do porn live. You know, shit like. It's like, you know, it's yeah. And again, that's another thing in hip hop. Alcohol. Drugs, so it's very available. It's just very accessible for some reason. And what does that do? It clouds your mind, clouds your judgment. How many people done got in trouble because they was high, they was drunk?
Absolutely.
You're not gonna catch me like that. So I on my journey, I'm actually writing a book about personal training now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, is that exclusive?
Absolutely.
Hey.
Yeah, exclusive. Yeah. After, like I said, after writing this book, I got the writing bug, and because it's not in here, I feel like I got a whole thing I could do with that.
I was looking for it, like, how he gonna bring up the chain?
Nah. It's been very dope to help people accomplish some goals and help people get off medication and like, you know, I watch you work out, you go hard. You know after a workout you feel amazing. Going through it is hell sometimes.
Absolutely.
But the feeling afterwards is amazing. And it's like trying to get people to understand if we could just let's just get through it. And my session is a half hour. I call it a half hour of hell. And you ain't got to have no weights. I could train you in your bathroom. if you want to get right.
Word.
We don't need nothing but will.
Word.
And especially, like I said, in hip hop, it's very hard to get away from the weed, the pills, the alcohol that's just readily available. So we in the studio.
Meaningless sex,
we in the
multiple partners.
The groupies,
like
it's crazy. It's available, and it's like, why is this available? But contract language teaching is not available. You know what I'm saying? Why is this available? Why can I get a ounce of the best weed on the planet Earth, but I can't get a lawyer that I could trust? What's really going on here? I've always been able to step back and be like, what's really going on here? Like, I could have a girl, some weed, some pills, and alcohol, and then you're gonna give me a car. Say go home.
No financial literacy.
Yeah, no financial literacy, no nothing. And it's like, what's really going on? So I'm gonna sign this contract, you're gonna get me high, I'm gonna fuck it all up, you're gonna write it off, I'm gonna be in jail, game over.
Dang.
See what I'm saying? But I made you a hit though.
Word.
So you getting my publisher, you get my royalties. I'm in jail. Your kids go to the best Ivy League schools in the country, and I'm in jail. And you know,
dang, that was a quick 2-second breakdown of what's going on today.
I'm just saying, it's there. Wow. But again, it's choices and consequences. So, and it's hard to promote health and always be there. My guys mess with me all the time because I'm the one calling like, yo, you good? You working out? Drinking that water? Yo, I'm gonna talk to you later, bro. We'll talk this. I'm on the phone. I'm talking marriage, fitness. He's like, yo, I'm gonna talk to you later, God. I want to hear that shit right now.
You gotta be happening to me.
But somebody got to do it. You know what I mean? Because I just believe in us, and I know what our potential is, and health, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, sexually, everything. It connects if you can, get that. If you could control yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And it's like when an adult tells me, I just can't. Yeah, you can. You control. You buy the groceries.
That's how it be.
How much, you know what I'm saying? You buy the groceries in the house, so you can't tell me you can't eat right. You pay the bills, so you know what I'm saying? You can control, you can cut the Wi-Fi off. Like, yo, I had this conversation with my wife. She watched like a 3-season series, 8 episodes apiece. I'm like, yo, break down how long. You spent about the last 26 hours watching this show. I asked you to work out a half hour.
30 minutes.
And
part of the 30 minutes is a warm-up and stretch.
Can't do it. So,
I feel you.
just trying to get people to, be more conscious about what they do with their time. And the health part, especially everything that's going on with COVID, like just a quick, my wife had COVID, I got COVID from her. My COVID lasted probably 24 hours before my system literally fought it off. It was a part I couldn't feel my legs below my knees. My wife was man down. This was like the first month of COVID when it was heavy. She was man down 2 weeks, couldn't even lift herself up out the bed. I had to literally lift her up. But my body, my system, and my immune system from the years of working out, she caught it again, say 12, 13 months afterwards. We in the same house, same bed. I didn't catch it. She's like, yo, what kind of system you got? Almost called like I'm cheating. She's like, yo, what kind of system you got that you ain't got it again? I'm like, no, it's my lifestyle.
Yeah, and the lymphatic system from exercise and movement, and that's like a sewage.
So it's like, yo, we at a point where this shit can literally save your life. Like I have friends who passed away from COVID because they had bad asthma. That COVID hit it. But you know what helps asthma? Exercise. You know what helps diabetes? Exercise.
And eating too, with asthma too. So and diabetes.
But absolutely. It's like if you don't know that now you need to be in tune or start now or do something, you're bugging. Because I'm an example. I literally felt my body fight it off. Like I was good. I didn't need this was before the vaccines. I didn't need nothing. Your body will naturally fight off things.
Nah, absolutely.
If you give it
absolutely
what it needs to fight.
If
you prepare for the fight, you'd be surprised what your body can do. So I love the fact that you have a podcast talking about that stuff because it's health. Like I said, it's from mental health to physical, financial.
Nah, it's absolutely. I mean, for me, like with the bridging, like I was doing the hip hop, going to all the battles and stuff. That was before. And actually what happened, what really made me start losing weight was because like when the book, how Harlem is just jokes all the time. But
my
I
God.
really started losing weight because I went to the battle and Clips and his brother Nate, we was hiking so bad that I was like, yo, he was hiking up my weight. Clips is big.
Clips, so shout out to Clips.
If he was little, I wouldn't have cared. Because big, when you big, you either two people. You either the person that's just going to eat everything and you just going to suffer, or you got to hike back. So I always was a hiker, joker too. So I was getting with him, but it was just the fact that somebody bigger than me, like if he was little, I wouldn't even care.
That's
you know
a
what
fact.
I mean?
That's
so he
a fact.
bit me. He said I look like a fat Queen Latifah or something like that. He didn't call me a fat Queen Latifah. He called me no, I was sitting between Suge and Jay on 400 Block, and he was like, y'all look like the Fat City High. Right? Yo, I was like, yo, you know what? Yo, I swear, watch when I come back. I ain't go to no battle till I lost weight. Yo, 6 months later,
that's crazy.
I was 2 sizes down, and then I lost weight. So Clips was
Shout out to
Yo,
Clips.
shout out to Charlie
Clips
Clips.
is my guy.
He was
Yeah.
one of the main. He was literally the main person. Actually gave me this name too. He actually gave me the name Help Is Key.
Fire.
So yeah,
fire.
so
See,
yeah.
Harlem is in the building.
Yeah,
Harlem is
so
in the building.
I brought that up to say, like, you know, I stopped after, like, I got into the fitness and into the health, right? It was hard for me to go to the battles because, like, just being able to not, like, eat, drinking and all that stuff. So I'm like, dang, like, I stopped going to the battles because I just couldn't bring my food in there. Them battles used to be from what, like 2 o'clock in the afternoon to like 12.
Nah, I ain't gonna hold you. It was Summer Madness 2, bro. I was outside.
Yo, Summer Madness, yes.
Summer Madness 2. This
Yeah,
is deluxe Moot comeback.
Yep, I was at that
Bro.
one. I went to that one.
Bro, 13 hours I think I was on my feet, bro.
I know.
That shit was torture.
I know.
So I know exactly what you're talking about.
I stopped going. So this was like my bridge, you know what I mean? So I stopped going to the battle rap, and I feel like, you know, now I'm just so happy that I could bring it back within this type of environment. So
I got a question for you on my interview. So what are the struggles that you faced in training with your clients? That's what my book is about. My book is about that.
With training clients.
Yeah. What is if
you know what?
if you had to curse your clients out right now live.
Yeah. One of the biggest things I would say about clients is overthinking, right? Like for me. So like I feel like I could be doing great with a client, right? And I feel like they killing it, right? And I could be telling them they killing it. But depending on like how long they've been back and forth with trying to lose weight or trying to gain whatever their health goal is, I find that sometimes they gotta find the issue, gotta find something that'll be like, oh, I could do better in this, gotta find, I'm like, you're doing great, you know what I mean? So for me, it's more so just being patient with them, just building, just giving them that belief in themselves. Like, look, you was doing everything by yourself and you was kind of doing it a little bit wrong. But now you with me, you in good hands, like we got it. So I think the most frustrating thing is just kind of more so just getting them to believe like you could do it and we're gonna do it this time. And if I don't tell you, if the words don't come out of my mouth, you're bugging, you're doing bad, don't bring that over here. Cause a lot of times I don't even be thinking that. I really be thinking they doing good and they be like, oh, I fell off, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Look, you a working person. You not every week is not going to be 100% exercise, 100% eat right. Not yet, not in the beginning. So that's I think that's one of my main frustrating things. Is just not even a frustrating thing, but just the main thing I got to be patient with is like people will think. Sometimes we so used to just thinking by ourselves and answering everything that when you don't understand something, I try to tell them like, look, anything with fitness, anything with eating, right, or eating or understanding, you shouldn't be deciding at all. Just ask me. You know what I mean? And sometimes we be so used to being that strong person that you answer everything. And you also could tell yourself negative things. And so just keeping them on that path of belief in self is like one of my main.
Keeping them on the path. That's been my thing. It's like I get clients, I've gotten results, and for some reason they stop. Like especially, not being funny, but some of my black women, once we hit the goal, they start going out more.
Yep.
Men start wanting to take them on dates and shit.
Yeah.
They back eating the bullshit.
Is it around that 6 month phase?
Like,
6 month and 9 month phase? It be that phase right there, right? Yep. I know you're talking about.
Oh, I can't make it today. I can't make it today. I'm going out.
Yeah.
And we lose because it's hard as shit to burn off fat, but it's easy as shit to put on.
It
So
is.
you could literally fuck up 8 months of training in 2 weeks. Damn, like literally.
Yeah.
And to see 8 months of hard work go down the drain and we got to start from scratch, that's what I hate. But it happens, and now I understand how hard it is.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
people to like, it's really eating bad is almost, it should be classified as disease. Sugar should be a drug. Like,
it actually
legally.
is. If you look at it, if you look at what the number one killer, if I'm not mistaken, is heart disease, which come from what? Sugars and oil. You know, combining too much carbs and fats, which cause that blockage. We ain't gonna get into a health lesson today,
no,
but
let's get into it.
But you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I mean, I'm honored to have you on here because I was like, man, I wanted to talk to you about the music and the hip hop, but the book, I did not know that about the basketball. That was like a whole other eye opener.
And see, and if you don't know me from Harlem, then you might not know unless I told you. Even though when I came to Newark, I was still busting a lot of niggas' ass in Newark. There was more on the streets and in the parks and stuff like that. But as far as organized basketball, that was in the first part of my life, and that was in Harlem. So everybody in Harlem know me for that. And then you know, coming out to Newark and just being inspired by the artistry out here and realizing how many dope artists is from here. and just the culture and stuff like that inspired me to do, other things. But basketball is definitely still in my spirit. I still love going to games, taking my son to games. I'm trash in 2K right now, but I put my son up against anybody. We taking all bets. And so from the music to the movies to the books to we just doing it all. Doing it all.
Well, we gotta get to the dopest part of the show, which is the movie, right?
Movie,
T
Better
Sexy,
Days.
right?
T Sexy. Better Days, the movie is
Better
on
Days, the
Amazon Prime
movie.
right
that
now.
That movie is hilarious. Oh my
Absolutely.
gosh. Like even just from the first episode. So
From the
I want to talk about the movie. And what I think that was fire to me about the movie was, well, actually, I'm glad I read the book. So definitely make sure, I got to plug this book. Definitely
Please.
as many times as I could.
Yes, on Amazon, it's on Barnes & Nobles. You can get it directly from me, stfieldent.com. G.U.N.H.O, greatest you never heard of.
I liked it because I actually read the book and then I watched the movie. And in the book, you were talking about like the breakdowns of the sound and doing the clip editing, everything, and understanding why people don't shoot on their own budget. And so I'm so glad I read it first, even though it wasn't planned like that. But I'm so glad I actually read the book first because it actually, not only did I enjoy the film, but I actually felt like I understood it even more.
Yeah,
because especially little funny clips of the actual like messing up on purpose in the film. I was rolling from reading it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So
yeah, absolutely.
That's fire to me. So yeah, how did the film come apart? How did you think about adding businesses, like when you talked about like making sure that you exploit? I want to use the word exploit, but show off, your friends and your family's businesses. And I noticed it from reading. I'm like, oh no, you purposely are putting your friend's business in here where you can see it, and you're showing the services, which was fire. And you added the services, like them acting in the services in their business, which is fire to me.
Absolutely.
So I'm saying all this description because I want y'all to get the book. You know what I'm saying? And watch the movie. So yeah, like how did you think of that? Like how did you think of like, let me get my art? Not only because it's people wear your friend's business, but you actually like from what I saw, you actually incorporated the business in the acting, which was different. How did that come about? Like, what was your mind frame for that? How was the filming? Let us know about Better Days, man. The movie.
Better Days, the movie. So it's actually a story about my actual struggles coming up in the game, trying to get support.
It's a comedy too. At the same time.
I consider it a serious comedy about my struggles coming up, being an independent artist, trying to get the support of your friends and family, and some of the things I've gone through in the music industry, and of course putting my humor on it, and having my bro Mr. Meredith direct it. We grew up together. I'm talking about I lived in this building, he lived in that building, and humor's just been a part of our lives. Harlem, that's all we do. So especially coming up, seeing how selfish people are and trying to get on and people not helping you. Like I never wanted to be that. I wanted to be the exact opposite of all the negative things that happened to me. I wanted to be a positive for somebody else. So I knew in writing it that I wanted to incorporate people with businesses because that's what we got to do. Like we got to help us, period. So I didn't have, say, money to pay everybody to be in it, but I said, yo, listen, you got a business, you got this, I'll help promote your business. I'll put a camera in front of you so you can act. I'll get you and your business seen. My man need to use your location. So it was like a barter system. They're gonna get free promotion. I'm gonna put it in front of the world.
And they get to get their acting skills
and they get to get their acting skills. And I knew, like I said, everybody was first time actors and actresses. And I believe that natural conversations and reactions are the funniest. And I know for a fact my family and friends are some of the funniest people on earth.
Aunt had me rolling.
Shout out to Aunt Roma. She's a fan favorite. That's my real blood aunt. I'm talking about.
She had me dying when y'all was hiking on each other.
And we still do it to this day.
I was like, this really a Harlem movie.
This is what we do.
This really a Harlem movie.
This is what we do. So it's like, incorporating that and still telling the story, and the messaging in it is like, yo, it don't cost nothing to help your people come up. You know what I mean? And for some reason, at some point, we don't like to help each other. And I refuse to be that. I've needed help and I've helped people. So I'm just trying to show, all right, listen, especially when you're doing a movie and like you said, with the true cost of it, of doing something quality and it being presentable, it costs a lot of money. Locations, insurance, and like, we didn't have the budget for all that. So I needed to, use all the resources that I had. Like I said, my man got a t-shirt company. My man got a barbershop. My man got a studio. My man got a photo studio. All right, listen, bro. And even though I paid them, like, yo, my man, like, yo, just give me $100. We can shoot. All right, cool, here, bang. All right. But now I got a whole location
Fire.
that we can make gold out of. Like, even, not even being funny, just set it right here. I could do a whole sitcom in here.
Bread,
you know what I'm saying? Literally, we can move stuff around, but it's being able to see it and using what you have. Like, I used the resources that I had, and you know, I added some comedy to it. So from the jump, the first scene of the movie is me at a show.
Funny.
It's me at a show.
That might be the funniest scene to me.
That's a lot of people's favorite scene. Shout out to my bro Glenn Thomas, my bro Doodle Ray, and my bro DJ Q, Euro Star. It's me at a show when nobody showed up. That's happened to me before. So that's from a real place. So for my man Doodle, he playing the hater in the crowd. Yeah. That's really happened to me, real life shit. So it's like, yo, let's show that. But in the first thing you see, my man company, my man D Jones, got a t-shirt.
And you showed it on purpose.
The first hat I'm wearing, exactly, it was on purpose. So I'm promoting brands that have shown me love, that and I paid for products too. Like, so that's another thing. Like, I paid for products. They didn't pay me to promote, but it's just like Gandhi said, you got to be the change you want to see in the world. So I would love to see everybody supporting everybody. So I'm gonna do it first, even if I got to pay a couple of dollars and maybe not even get the same love back. It's cool. I'm showing that it can be done. So branding, our own stuff, our own locations. Had the gorilla shoot some scenes. That's just what it had to be. We had times when the police they rolled up on us, like, yo, what's going on? What's going on here? But they saw what we was doing and they let us rock. They could have shut us down, but they let us rock, because it's like, y'all know what we could be doing. But you see what we're trying to do. And salute to New York PD, not on no funny shit, but they let us rock in situations where they could have shut us down. I used locations in Jersey, in New York, from, you know, apartments that we all own to businesses, to streets. We used our own cars. Shout out to my bro Prolific Don, Ferrari Don, my bro MGM, my bro Aaron. Everybody came together and we put together something that I think is fire. The love and the response and the humor and the laughter.
Is hilarious.
And T-Sexy is,
y'all gotta,
you know,
make sure y'all check
favorite.
out that movie.
Better Days, the movie.
T-Sexy is,
we already,
he different.
Yeah, we already 6 to 7 scenes into filming part 2.
Fire.
Because there's just too many requests for it. And again, watching my bro, Mr. Meredith, literally work camera, lighting, sound at the same time, still while directing. And it was an amazing thing to see.
And you won awards, right?
We won 9 film festival awards in 6 different countries to this day, from 2 kids and a camera. Stacked up as much money as I could. You know, we cut costs where I could, but I still had to put out. We had to do reshoots. It is extremely hard to do an independent film not on your iPhone. You know what I'm saying? Like, the cameras in here, like, y'all spend some paper. You know what I'm saying? Like, it costs. Then to go, you know, to shoot, we shot during the pandemic, through the pandemic, after the pandemic, then go to editing. And I got to sit in on editing, not just one scene, but 30 scenes, and realizing, oh shit, we spent 8 hours in that barbershop, and we might have to go reshoot the shit again.
Wow.
It's torture.
Wow.
But if you want quality, you gotta do it. We edited one scene for 12 hours, then realized you could see the camera in the mirror. So we had to re-edit a 12-hour scene. We just spent 12 hours. We had to spend another 6 hours fixing. It's crazy. So again, you look at the credits on a movie, it's 75 to 100 people working on it. We did it with 3.
Wow.
Me, Mr. Meredith, and my bro A. Clay came in to do sound, and it turned out to be very dope. I got a lot of love. Like I said, I submitted to the film festival just hoping that they would watch it. Just on some, let me just get some different eyes on it. And not only did they watch it, but we literally won Best Director, Best Actor, Best Ensemble. 6 different countries. I'm from Harlem and North, baby. And we reached, and it's so dope. And it's just, again, me showing that it could be done. Everybody know me. You know what I'm saying? We from the same places, went to the same, had the same opportunity. We ate the same free lunch, bro. I still eat free lunch right now if they let me in. If they let me in right now, I'll go get that free lunch. But again, it's become more of a, you can do it. I'm the example that it can be done. I wanted to be in movies. I had to deal with movies the same way you deal with the music industry. There's a lot of politics, there's a lot of bullshit involved. And I said, I'm just gonna cut all that out, I'm gonna do it myself. But when you take that stance, you gotta take that stance. You gotta take all the hits. You gotta be ready. You gotta, have the will to keep going. Cause there was times I was like, yo, bro, let's just scrap this shit. And Meredith like, nah, bro, we got something. And we filming, and I'll hit a line or I'll say something that was in the script or something that wasn't in the script, and he'll laugh, and I'm like, oh, nah, we got something. If I make him laugh, I know that the crowd is gonna react. And when I tell you part 2 is hilarious, I'm saying he with an H, hilarious. It is, and it's picking up right from where the story left off.
Oh, when you was running.
Yeah, it's picking up right from there. So the movie starts from there on. Shout out to my bro N.Y. Cork, my man D Black, Wolfie, Deanna Hall, my wife, and my children. And again, I was able to incorporate my
I
family.
saw your wife and your children.
I incorporated my family. My son did camera work. My niece and my daughter acted in it. My wife acted in it. My father's gonna be in part 2. Again, my aunts. Like I said, it's a family affair.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love it.
And it's people, everybody. So the dude in the park, the hater in the park in the first scene, my man DeRay, I write about him in the book. It's like been a big brother to me. Been a great example, another guy that I looked up to, that I could talk to, that I could call. It's been an example for me, been there for me in my time of need. It's real love and genuine family around me. And I'm trying to show that to the world, like we can do it. You know what I mean? We can literally do it. And I'm glad you enjoyed it, because I know if you like it, your fans will like it.
Nah, absolutely.
And
I want to clip if
yeah,
you allow
absolutely.
me to.
I talk to my lawyer. Yeah.
If I could clip a little
have my
piece.
people call your people. We talk about
In there,
nah,
like,
absolutely.
the sexy
absolutely.
T is hilarious.
Absolutely. T Sexy is a fan favorite. Again, a character I created because I'm a little bugged out. But I know everybody got that type of character, and they just won't let it out. Like, it's a scene in my movie, like, I just give it to you. I get butt-ass naked in my movie. How about that?
In the second one?
And in the first one.
Oh, wait, yeah, you did.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't let, you know what I'm
no.
saying? Like, but
That was funny too.
But I did
That
it
part
my
was
way.
funny.
I did it my way in the respect. Like, I ain't crazy, I ain't wilding in it, but
But it was still funny.
it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But it's just, before Hollywood try to make me do something that I don't want to do, I'm doing it my way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And again, the response from that's some people's favorite scenes.
Yeah,
that
that was funny too.
I got mad, hey you. Mad, but again, I understood. I saw the vision. I saw the comedy in it. Again, I was promoting a literal business that's active to this day.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
That's what I was like. Oh, no,
and that's what it's all about. So in part 2, more of the same thing. I got some different businesses. Some of my friends, everybody's coming together, and we putting together something dope. And again, I'm just trying to inspire people to chase their dreams, be healthy while you're doing it, and just show them it could be done, man. That's all we need. You just need to see somebody that that you grew up with, that look like you, that's from the same places that you from, that done been through everything you could think of, from everything literally on the street side to the other side as well, to the corporate side, to the ownership side, to the health side, to the real estate side. We got our hands in everything, just trying to make it happen. And musically, throwing songs up against the wall, hoping something stick.
And the songs you made was fire too.
I appreciate it. Yeah, the soundtrack to it is dope. It's and it's all us. We literally did every part of it, from recording, filming, mixing, editing, soundtrack, marketing, promoting. You know what I mean? And I'm learning that that's where it's at. People normally have if it's a $200 million movie, they normally got a $300 million promotional budget. And that's where they beating us at. They ain't beating us in quality concepts or nothing, but they beating us in the marketing, because they got the money. It takes money to compete. So I got a few interesting phone calls, a few interesting emails, but people got to talk to me in terms of stuff that I can't do myself, and willing to turn down stuff that's just not going to be beneficial to me, or things that I can't control. I'm not a control freak. But when it comes to my name, image, and likeness, I definitely want to, have a say-so in how that's marketed and represented.
Absolutely.
So again, even on that aspect, you're not going to put a check in front of me, and I'm just going to do anything. I mean, I'm going to look at the numbers. I'm going to look at it, but again, that story resonates back to my pops. Like, all right, you can take this money now, but what's gonna happen
What's
6
the
months from
outcome
now? You know what I'm saying? So I try to approach everything like, all right, this is the upfront. What can potentially happen? What is now, and what is it gonna be? And I just, try to take it from there. I'm G.U.N.H.O, greatest you never heard of. Everything is self-marketing promotion. Saintville ENT. I'm a walking promotional billboard for us. You know what I'm saying? So,
really
if I can afford some health and hip hop gear, I don't know, I know y'all charge about 4-5 million shit. Take out a loan and get some of y'all shit, but it's just, I love the pillow. See what I'm saying? I'm biting your idea. I'm taking that idea. I'm doing my own pillows now. But that's what we got to do. Because if we don't, who will? And you can wait for somebody to come in and do things for you, or you can do them yourself. So I love where I met you, and I love where I see you now. I love what you're doing with the health.
Thank you.
Like I said, growth is key for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
doing big
absolutely.
things.
Same to you,
I
same
watched
to
your journey, even you showing your weight loss journey. It was dope.
Thank you.
Super dope. Because people, Instagram and stuff wasn't as popular when I was bigger, but I try to show myself in the gym a lot, as much as I can. And like I said, watching your journey and seeing like you don't even be in the gym, so you be at the crib, you be at the back alley, you be on the roof, getting it in. And I love that because it's no excuses. It's like, no excuses, because trust me, put some brownies, some cookies in front of me, I'm on it too.
Yeah.
But next day, I'm burning that right off. You know what I mean? And we got to do it. So if you could drink and smoke and pop pills, you could exercise, read,
Absolutely.
and do positive things in the community as well. So I'm trying to help put people on, I'm trying to help promote businesses, and I'm trying to inspire people to do anything that they've always dreamed about doing.
Appreciate you. Well, I definitely appreciate you for coming on the show.
Thank you
Is
for
there
having me.
anything else you want to shout out, you want to plug, you want the people to know?
Just white women in park. That's it.
White women in park.
Nah. I just want to, again, I want to promote the book, G.U.N.H.O. It's available now on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, SaintVilleENT.com. We got hard copies. We got Audible. We got the audio book coming. It's on Kindle. You can get it directly from us. I got my book. I got the movie, Better Days, on Amazon Prime. Better Days 2 is in the making. I got the Animal Pack album out right now. I got multiple videos, multiple projects on the way. Shout out to Vertical Jones.
Yes.
Freeman Reloaded, Doc Stigler.
Yes. Shout out to Freeman Reloaded, Doc Stigler.
A. Clay, Mr. Meredith, my bro Bathgate, my bro Fred Money. We got some things on the way. Shout out to Straight Bangers Production. We got a project about to come. Just more work. Like when you come to my page or you see me, it's work, it's family, it's love, it's laughter, and we all trying to make a dollar, but
Absolutely.
trying to make it the right way.
Absolutely.
And spread it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So each one teach one. Health and hip hop.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I got a closing statement too
What's
that
up?
I picked up from the book, which was, let me go to my notes.
Yeah, get that right.
It was two things. Always show love to up and coming artists, because love is free, and we clearly see you do that, right?
Absolutely.
And number 2 was, in your book you said hip hop has a way of aging you out, and you saying that a lot of the youth can get ripped off, but you can do a lot with your knowledge and the time here. So my thing is always with the health and hip hop, man. 1, taking care of yourself, eating right, working out is going to prolong your time frame being here. So we need to make sure we take care of that.
And a little Just for Men don't hurt nobody, kid.
Where you feel me?
Some push-ups and some Just for Men, kid.
Yep.
Come on.
And yeah, don't let the age thing with hip hop, because that's only here. And I feel like you said, man, they try to make it seem like it's a certain age.
Oh
and
yeah,
it's
they
not,
definitely
man.
try to age you out.
It's not.
No. You see what Nas is doing, still putting out the best
Yep,
albums.
absolutely. That's a great
50,
analogy,
what is he,
man.
50?
Great,
if he's that, if he's not 50, no disrespect, but I'm just saying,
Absolutely.
there's no age limit on great music.
Yep, absolutely. So
make it, create it.
let's get it, y'all. We
Show
talking
love.
health and hip hop of all ages.
Absolutely.
Do it. Write your book, like Git
your
said.
book,
Write your
do
book.
your
Do
doc-
that
do
movies.
your doc-
Promote that business. Share, promote, support other artists, y'all. Let's get it. Health and hip hop episode 11 or 12 or 13. I'm not sure what number this is going to be when we release it, but make sure y'all check it out.
Absolutely. Just check it out.
Let's get it. All right.
Absolutely.
Peace, y'all. Thank you for
Appreciate you,
coming.
sis. Absolutely.
Yes.